What's up, people? Welcome to another video again. In this video, I'm going to show you how to send message to RabbitMQ and how to also retrieve message from RabbitMQ using Spring Boot application. Alright, let's get started. Actually, I already have this sample Spring Boot application for RabbitMQ. I will just explain you how it works or how to implement it in Spring Boot application. Okay, basically we for RabbitMQ we need some dependency. Actually, we only need this Spring Boot starter AMQP for RabbitMQ. But then again, since this is a web application, so I also need to include this Spring Boot starter web. Okay, so the rest we do not need. This is for JUnit testing only, right? So yeah, so we only for this demo we only need this two dependency. Okay, all right. So after including these two library, we also need to configure our RabbitMQ. We need to point to our RabbitMQ server, right? So in my previous video, as you can if you watch my previous video, I showed how to install RabbitMQ. So let me check how I installed it. Last time when I installed the RabbitMQ, I use this port 5672. So that's why in our application we have to use the same port. Okay, 5672 to connect to RabbitMQ server, and the default user is guest. Okay, for the username and password we use guest. Yeah, so that's the minimal configuration we need for our for us to be able to connect to RabbitMQ server. All right, then we also need some configuration here for our we need basically a queue and exchange bin, right? So for our queue we use this queue name, then for exchange we use exchange name, but of course you can change this, right? Depend whatever whatever name you desire. Okay, for simplicity I just use this, right? So again, we need a queue bin and exchange bin, and also we need to bind them using a routing key. So we need to bind the queue and exchange. Okay, so we use routing key. So then again, we can also change this to whatever name we want, but bottom line we only need this to bind the queue and exchange. Maybe I should show you the admin console so you can see the visual representation of these objects. Okay, http, let's go to admin console, RabbitMQ, http five six seven two. Oh, sorry, I think it's this one, 15672. Yeah, so this is the admin console. So let's, because previously I already ran this, so I would just want to show you how it looks when you go to the exchange. So this is the I think it's deleted. it's deleted. Anyway, if I run this, we will repress this, and I will show you the the relationship between the queue and exchange. Okay, because you can see here there is a graphical presentation for queue and exchange of bin. Okay, anyway, let's run this. But before I run, I'll let me also show you how to send message, how to send and receive message to RabbitMQ. Basically, we will need to use a Rabbit template API, this to send and receive message. Okay, this API basically will use some internally. It will create a connection factory using this configuration. All right. So we don't need to worry about the connection factory. We just need to configure this. We tell to SpringBoot what is the host, the RabbitMQ host, the port, username, password, and internally the SpringBoot will connect to our RabbitMQ server or broker. All right. So yeah. So we auto wire this Rabbit template so we can send a message to exchange name and routing key. Again, this exchange and routing routing key arguments, excuse me, will is binded as per our configuration here to this queue names. So as you can see here, we have binding configuration here, right, for our binding bin. So whatever we send to this exchange using this key will be sent to this queue, which is this queue name. All right. So let's test this. Let's run this. Let's put a break so we can easily verify. Okay. All right. Let's see what will happen here. Let's repress this. Okay, still nothing is there. Anyway, let's just run. We call the endpoint, this send endpoint. So curl http localhost 8080 is the default port. Then we hit or we trigger this endpoint send. All right. So let's send the message to the queue name. All right. So okay, we receive this. Let's check again the console, admin console. There you can see already the exchange name. Right. So this is what I'm talking about. When you click this, you will see here. Yeah, you see, we send the message to exchange, but it is using this routing key. It is binded to this queue name. So whatever we send, whatever message we send using this exchange and routing key will be sent to this queue name, right? So if you click that queue name, you will see we haven't confused it. I disabled this. Okay, I'll show you later how to subscribe to message, but for now I will show you how to send message first. All right, so that now just now we successfully sent the message. In fact, we see here we managed to see the exchange and the routing key, right? I just cannot see here the message. Anyway, we will use our code to retrieve the message. So using the same using the queue name, because using this exchange name and routing key, this exchange name is binded to this queue name. So whatever we send using this exchange name will be sent to this queue name. So now, using this queue name, we will receive this message. We will retrieve this message rather. Okay. So how to do that? Let's trigger this endpoint. Instead of send, we trigger receive. All right. So here we receive the message. All right. So here we return whatever message we receive. So you can see here, hello world RabbitMQ, right? So we successfully received the message to this message to this queue name. So it's successful. All right. So now we already know how to send message to RabbitMQ, and how to also learn how to retrieve the message from RabbitMQ using this exchange routing key and queue name, okay, as arguments. Then now I will show you how to subscribe. So this time we do not need to manually retrieve the message. This one is automatically, whenever we send the message, it's automatically notify the consumer. This is a sample consumer. Let me uncomment this. So, oh sorry, let's start again. I just put break so we can verify that it really received the message whenever we send the message, because of this Rabbit listener. Using this annotation, we are telling to the framework we want to subscribe to this particular queue. Alright, so whenever we send message to this queue, we will automatically receive it using this Rabbit listener annotation. Okay, let's test it. So this time we don't need to trigger the receive endpoint. We just trigger the send, and automatically, because of this annotation, it will be received here. Okay, so let's try it. Send. All right, send. Okay, send successfully. See, we receive it. So it will basically simply display it. Let's erase this. It will simply the message. See, we just print in the console, our terminal console. All right. So I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Till next time, peace.